Credo Reference, a library tool for background information. When you're working on a research-based assignment, there are many times where it's useful to gather background information. You may need a definition, or to learn more about your concept, or be informed about how interrelated concepts work together. This is helpful before you dive into very specific literature. A good database to start with is Credo Reference, which can be found on the library's website through the library's databases. Credo Reference contains secondary and tertiary full-text sources like encyclopedias, dictionaries, handbooks, guides, and other ebooks. Think about Credo as an academic version of Wikipedia, except Credo can't be edited at any time by anyone. Instead, there is a team of people that is vetting the quality of the sources that appear within Credo. When searching Credo, it is best to type in one or two broad concepts instead of an entire sentence or question. When conducting a search for Buddhism, I first will receive a topic page. Below the topic page is a menu for articles, videos, or images. The default is articles. The articles that appear are essentially entries within books. The entry is in blue and is hyperlinked. Below the entry is the title of the book that the entry is located within. It is helpful to look at both the entry and the book title, since some books have a particular focus or viewpoint on the topic that may be more or less useful to you. For example, as I scroll through all these entries, I start to see that there are subtypes of Buddhism: Wan Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, and they all come from an encyclopedia of world religions. That sounds particularly useful for me since I'm interested in learning about the tenets of Buddhism. As I scroll through the text, if I've determined that this is particularly useful for me, I can take a moment to look at the references at the very end in case any of those interest me and I want to track down some books or other articles through the library. I also will take note that there is a reference for this particular article. So if my professor wants me to use APA, Chicago, Harvard, or MLA references, I can copy and paste this into my paper. Before doing so, you should always check to make sure that the reference style has been accurately written before you use it in a paper. In addition to diving into specific entries, you can also navigate to the full text of a book. The Encyclopedia of World Religions has additional information that is useful to me. Within an ebook, I can search for a subtopic. If I'm writing particularly about men, women, or gender, I can search for the word woman and find every version of that within this book. I can also browse through the contents, see if there's a topic overview, a chronology, or utilize an A through Z table of contents to find subtopics. Another option when searching Credo Reference is to use the mind map. Choosing a different topic, this time I'm interested in the Crusades, I will use the mind map that appears on the right side of my view in my browser. The mind map gives me related or interrelated topics about people, places, and things related to the Crusades, which might help me focus a little bit more in my topic. If I'm interested in the European and Islamic view of the Crusades, I might choose something like the Battle of Hattin in order to learn more about those two viewpoints. As I'm looking through the books that some of these chapters come from, I see that, maybe a book about weather is a little less relevant to me than a book about military history. And so I use that information to identify something that is particularly relevant to my topic. As you're using Credo Reference, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact a librarian.